Hello, everybody. War Wizard here. Today we are back with how to get better at Mortal Kombat series. Today we're going to be talking about mixing it up. Now, what I mean by that is not just, 50-50s overhead lows. I'm talking about everything. Mixing up your pressure, mixing up, your strike throws, mixing up when you're going to use your cameos. And that'll all help you become a better player. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you're using Liu Kang, and this applies to everybody. I just want to let you guys know that. But I'm going to use Kung Lao as an example because if you don't mix things up properly, Kung Lao can punish you for, a full 30%. So, let's go into this. So, hang on, let me fix this. Okay, let's say I'm going to use Liu Kang as an example. So you do this into Mataro because it is plus 13, I think it is. Where is it? Yes, plus 13 on block. So it's plus 13. So you're going to keep doing this, thinking that you're just going to pressure people. The problem is if you keep spamming this over and over into Mataro, good players are going to start to catch on. And they are going to actually, you know what? I got to I have to play as Kung Lao.
Looking good.
Nope. Wrong.
Goro. That's it. I'm out.
Alrighty. So let's say a Liu Kang player or you're Liu Kang, whatever, and you keep spamming that move. Oops. Guess what? You're gonna get armored. Oh, I dropped it, but you get the idea. Yeah, this is good for pressure, but it can be armored through. It can be armored through. So if you don't mix it up, people are going to keep armoring through. Oh my gosh. I keep dropping it because I haven't played Kung Lao in a while, but yeah, if you don't mix it up, your pressure, you're going to get armored. Every character, I think, besides maybe no, I'm pretty sure every character can, even Takeda with his trash armor, can armor through that. And some can full combo punish you, like Shao Kahn, Kung Lao, Li Mei. Well, no, not Li Mei. But yeah, you get the point. Everybody can armor through it. So if you don't mix it up, if you keep spamming that over and over, you're going to get armored. And against certain characters, that's like 30% of your life. Kung Lao can combo off his armor launcher for a lot. So let me show you what you should be doing. That's fine. So, to mix up pressure, you want to do different things. You can still do this, but try to mix it up, you know? Like, maybe just do forward 4 instead of the whole forward 4-3 into Motaro. Or stagger it. You know, do this. Because then they think Motaro's going to come. So then, you know, when they think Motaro's going to come, I can't remember his shadow kick. There it is. So when they go to armor, you know, the Motaro. Oh my gosh. You know, stagger the pressure a little bit so then when they try to armor it, then you get a full combo for free. Just by them... Here, let's turn that off. Where is the reversal? Am I blind? Oh, here it is. Reversal on. We'll do enhanced shadow kick. So, alright, so now, and then you, look at that. So you make them think that you're going to call in Motaro, right? Because they're ready to armor through it. But then you block it, they go for the armor, you get a full combo punish. Yeah, you know, just mix it up. You got to keep mixing it up. Stagger your pressure. Do different things into Motaro also. Like, do 1-2. I got to turn that off because he's going to keep doing it now. Man, I am having a brain fart today. No. Okay, so like, you know, do 1-2 into Motaro. And then throw. You know, you gotta mix in throws in there. You gotta mix up your pressure. Don't just keep doing the same thing over and over. Because if you do that, people are gonna catch on. You have to adapt. If someone is doing something, you have to learn how to counter it. And you have to mix it up, especially at higher levels against good players. You gotta mix up what you're doing, you know? Let's say you have someone knocked down, and you just... This is what you always do when they're knocked down, you know? Mix in a jump in there. Because then if they try to wake up, you know, you're going to punish them for a full combo. You have to mix it up. You have to mix it up with throws. Also, don't always... So, as an example, last night I was playing. I was going against the smoke player. He was always doing forward throw. Every time he threw, he would do a poke into a forward throw. He would do poke, forward throw. After like the second time, I caught on. So then he would poke, and then I would just neutral duck, and then, you know, full combo. Let me show you what I mean by that. Okay, he's just not going to do it? Oh, because I still have it off. Ah! I gotta turn it on. So I would neutral duck. Oh my gosh, I didn't time it right. Man, I suck on PlayStation. I know that sounds like a dumb excuse, but I play most of the time on Xbox. The PlayStation controllers feel so weird to me. You know, I started catching on that he was doing poke, grab, poke, grab. So that's when I started neutral ducking. And he kept doing it. He refused to learn. I kept punishing it. And then in the second round of the second match, he finally learned and stopped doing it. He would poke, but then he would go into something unsafe. So back to mixing it up, what I was talking about earlier. don't always do something like that, Don't always poke into throw. Don't just poke, throw. I mean, you can do that every once in a while to keep it like a mix up, but don't do it every time because people are going to eventually catch on. So, like poke and then go into like, you know, some pressure, staggers. If the poke gets blocked, or your opponent's gonna, like, let's say I poke, he blocks it and then pokes back, you can backdash and do this and catch him for a full combo. I mean, these are examples with Liu Kang. Not everyone can punish pokes that easily. Reptile and a few other people with really good long-reaching lows and mids. But yeah, that's what I mean by mixing it up. You have to mix up your pressure. You have to do different things. You can't just. A lot of people, they find out something's plus, like let me see. I know he has a plus string in here, like this. That's +2. So people will just spam it over and over and not mixing it up, thinking that, oh, it's plus so I can do whatever I want. That's not true. You have to mix it up. You have to mix up the pressure. A good player is going to catch on to you. Like, let's say you're constantly jumping, constantly jump kick, constantly jumping, constantly jumping. Good players are going to eventually start up blocking. They're going to up block you in full combo punish. And then a way to counter that is once they start up blocking, do an empty jump. So when they up block, you do a grab, and it does more damage. Let me show you guys that. So, if you hit someone while they're up blocking, if with a low or a grab, it does extra damage. So let's say, look at that. Almost 20% because he up blocked. Oh, I didn't time it right there. 20% because he up blocked. Because then you can do an empty jump, and then punish the up block. That doesn't scale. I always wondered that. I don't know why I haven't tested it. This would be much easier if I actually made the up block longer. Okay. Look at this. 20% off a throw because you punish the up block. So like I said, empty jump, make him up block. You got to mix it up. If you do the same thing over and over, you jump, and, whatever, you just keep jumping, you're going to get up blocked and punished. Or anti-aired. Anti-airs are pretty good in this game. Liu Kang has standing 1, Johnny Cage has his back 3. You have to mix it up. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, it's so much easier to read you and beat you. Especially, I know some people will say, oh, well, it always works for me at lower levels. Once you start facing people that know what they're doing, this shit isn't going to work. I've come across people that constantly armor wake up. Every time they get knocked down, armor wake up, armor wake up, armor wake up. Actually, you know what? I don't even have to do that. Let me show you what I mean. So we'll do get up on enhanced shadow kick. Let me get him in the corner. I can't tell you how many times I go up against someone online who's constantly, every time I knock him down, why is he blocking? Do I have blocking on? Oh, yes, I do. There we go. They just refuse. Every time you knock them down, they just refuse to block or anything. They'll constantly do this. You can't do that. You gotta mix it up. If you're trying to be good at Mortal Kombat, you cannot go for an armored wake up unless you have like Kung Lao with like Goro or something to make it even more safe or plus. Then whatever, abuse it to your heart's content because there's only 2 counters to it really which is Liu Kang and Li Mei. But with Goro, you can't really counter it. Um, or with Johnny Cage, his what do you call it? Or jumping, or people with good armor breaks like Baraka. Let me show you what I mean. People with really good armor breaks like Baraka, Kung Lao.
Baraka. Kung Lao. The pride of New York. Too many arms.
So, but this also goes to what I was saying. Against certain people, maybe you can spam wake up attacks, but against Baraka, not really. Is it not on? It is not. Is it challenge? No, it's concussion. Look at that. He breaks armor. You say 30% because you want to wake up. Oh no, wait, that's the wrong move, ain't it? Oh, I'm an idiot. I think it is challenge shimmy. And see, look, it breaks armor. That's his armor attack. Baraka breaks armor. See, you gotta um, mix it up because you're gonna come across people that'll block your unsafe armors or people that will break your armors easily, like Baraka. Baraka is probably the best armor breaker in the game. The back three is just so fast and it hits twice, so it just shatters armor. I think there's a few people that he can't do too, like Ashra, because her armor move is completely busted. It's like 9 hits in armor. Havoc. And that's another thing. People are always saying, oh my gosh, Havoc's armor move is so busted, blah, blah, blah. It's so easy to counter. I get it has a lot of hits of armor. Where is he? It has a lot of hits of armor, but it's so slow. You can react to it, but people just... And another thing, I don't know if you guys know this, but the more you try to hit Havoc in his armor, the more damage he does. So, let's go into this on... Is it Helping Hand? I think it's Helping Hand. Let's see. Yeah, look. The more you hit him, the more damage his wake up does. So if you're trying to, hit him, he's going to hit you way harder. So, how do you counter that? That's how you counter that. It's so slow. You can do it on reaction. As soon as you see him get up and do the armor move, jump over it. Havoc players love to spam it. And that, again, goes into you have to mix it up. You can't just be spamming stuff because good players are going to be like, oh, well, he's going to wake up, so I'm going to jump and get a free, massive punish. Oh, I mistimed it. But yeah, it's super easy to counter Havoc's armor. People who say it's broken don't practice. They sit there and they try to hit him. Oh, you can't break it. You can jump it. Free, easy punish. On reaction, you can jump it. The only time it's good is if he has someone that can keep it safe or if he does it in the middle of pressure. Like Liu Kang's forward 4-3. If he does that armor move, then yeah, it's decent. It's kind of hard to jump out of it. But on wake up, just jump over it. Because if you try to break it, it's probably not going to work. because it's like 4 or 5 hits of armor, and the more you hit him, the more damage that move does. Um, so back to what I was saying, you just have to mix things up. Let's say Baraka's for instance. I see so many people, they will do this. Look at that. Anyway, they will do this no matter what, even if they don't have a cameo like Striker to make it safe. And so eventually they get punished. They get it in their head so much that they can just do that over and over, but they can get armored, they can forget that they have cameo, and get full combo punished. You have to mix up your pressure, do something like this, and then maybe that. Stagger your pressure. You got to keep do empty jumps, try to do a jump in if your opponent's not up blocking. You got to mix it up. If you do the same thing over and over, let's say you just jump, like I said earlier, they're going to up block you and they're going to punish you. Let's say you do down poke, throw, down poke, throw. They're going to neutral duck you in, full combo. You have to mix up your pressure. It'll make you a way better player. There's so many characters that if you keep spamming something, you're gonna pay for it dearly. Like, let me show you an example. Where is she? Li Mei. Let's say we'll go with Raiden, because I know people say Raiden's overhead is so overpowered. Let me show you something that can happen if you spam it over and over. I've come across so many Raidens that they make it easy to read them. So that overhead, if you don't know, that overhead is -6, -7, so it's safe. They will do the low into the overhead, low into overhead, and not mix it up. So then you catch on, oops. You catch on. You're going against a Li Mei, you're gonna eat a full con, because she's one of the few characters that can punish this. That's almost 30% because you want to keep spamming the same move over and over. Oops. Ah! But you get the idea. And also with Li Mei, that goes back to, stagger and mix up your moves. Don't do the same thing over and over, because you're going to make a mistake that you're going to regret. Another thing that Li Mei can do, she can full combo punish pokes. It's kind of hard to do because you got to get the timing just right. But she can full combo punish pokes. So if you keep spamming pokes against Li Mei, which a lot of you guys like to do online, you're going to get full combo punished with someone who's a good player. An easier way to counter Raiden's overhead. This goes back to my earlier videos about learning frame data. All this is easily accessible. Easily accessible from the pause menu of the game. You pause the menu, go through the moves. You press square on PlayStation, X on Xbox. Let me show you. So you press square, that goes away. You press square again. Look at that. You have all the information. You see where it says block advantage. That -6, that's safe. -1, that's really safe. -9 is +3. So where is... Oh, this is my moves. But yeah, you get the idea. So Look at that. Liu Kang can punish it with his standing one. Ah. So if you keep spamming these moves over and over, you get easy to read. You're going to eat full combo punishes because you want to make it easy to read you. I have a friend that plays Raiden, and he's constantly low overhead, low overhead. I eventually started catching on. I would block the low, stand block, block the overhead, punish him with a full combo. If you make it easy to read, then good players are going to punish you. If you want to get better at Mortal Kombat, you have to get out of the mindset of a pattern. Patterns are bad in fighting games. If you, like I said, the same Liu Kang pressure over and over. If you poke, grab, people are going to start neutral ducking. Or if you're always, let's say you're always doing the forward throw, people are just going to, tech it easily because you only forward throw. So mix it up with back throw. Don't just stick to one. Don't poke forward throw, poke forward throw. If someone keeps teching one way, try back throw. That also goes to, let me show you. Let's say, in the corner, people are going to expect you to do a forward throw, right? Because you don't want to lose your corner position. But with someone like Liu Kang who can get you can do this with anybody to mix it up. But with Liu Kang and other people that get combos off their back throws, you can do a back throw and get a full combo. But back throws, they might expect, because then they'll expect a back throw. Because you're Liu Kang, you can get a full combo off of a back throw. So then you do a forward throw. It makes it harder for them to tech. And mix up your pressure. Be careful of this. I see a lot of Liu Kang players spam this. The second hit is a high. They just have to neutral duck it and you get a full combo. So if you're doing this constantly, someone's going to duck it, full combo punish. So mix it up, If someone, let's say you do this, and someone knows about it, and they duck it for a full combo, guess what? This time you can do this, into a mid, punish them for a full combo, because this is a mid. Both of these are mids. This is a mid also, but if they are expecting the second hit, you fake it out, and then when they neutral duck, boom, full combo. You have to learn how to read, learn how to mix up your pressure. I'm not talking just 50-50s. 50-50s are, it's a mix. Of course you're going to, get it. But yeah, like I keep saying, mix up your pressure. It'll help you tremendously. If you keep doing the same thing over and over, you're never going to get better. You're going to be too easy to read. I can't even tell you how many Havocs, as I showed, just spam the armored wake up because at lower levels it works for them. But as soon as they face a good player that knows, they can easily just jump it and full combo punish it. Armor wake ups every time you get knocked down is bad. Just learn how to block. Just block. Try to time your armor at a good time, Don't just keep spamming armor wake up, or try to jump out of the corner. So many people, they're in the corner and they just constantly jump. They're trying to jump out every time. And eventually, people catch on to that. Let's say, and people catch on. They're going to anti-air you. Or, they'll meet you in the air, and it's the same outcome. I dropped it. But it's the same outcome. You're being predictable. sometimes the best defense is to literally just block. You have delay wake up, you have armor attacks, you have blocking. Mix it up. If you do the same thing every time, you're going to get punished. You need to get that through your heads. You're going to get punished. You cannot keep spamming the same, strings, the same wake up, the same throws, because you're going to get read like a book. I was facing, like I said, that smoke player last night who kept poking into throw. I started ducking. He was trying to, he had, it's better off to show you, because maybe you guys struggle with this also. So he had Frost cameo. Oh no, wait. He had Frost cameo. Frost cameo has a low freeze. And let me show you what he was doing. Oh, I gotta look up the move first. I know it's that overhead string. I can't remember what it is. Is it this one? Oh yeah, it's this one. So the second hit is overhead. The first hit is a low. So he was, what is her? Okay. Oops, I messed up. He was doing that because his second hit is a low. He caught me with it a couple times, or his second hit is an overhead. He caught me with it a couple times because I'm so used to blocking the overhead, the second hit on smoke. So he caught me with it a few times, but he literally was doing it every time to the point where I was just catching on to it. But then I started punishing him. Then he tried to mix it up by doing... I messed up already. Jeez. You can tell I don't play smoke. So he started mixing it up by doing this. But... if you up block the second hit, he can't call out Frost. But anyway, he can't call out Frost if you up block the second hit. So he was trying to mix it up after I caught on to him doing the forward 3 into Frost. So then, once he started doing forward 3-2, I would just up block the second hit and he couldn't call Frost anymore. And, I get that. I guess that's somewhat of a trying to mix it up, but he did it in a bad way. He could have, mixed the low into throws or something. That probably would have caught me off guard. But I'm so used to facing smokes that I got used to up blocking the second hit of this string. Oh, that. Which, if you didn't know, you can up block both hits to make it unsafe. You can unblock the first one, or you can unblock the second one. He could have, mixed the low into his forward, I think 2 overhead, or a throw or something. But because after the whole entire first match, both rounds that I won, he was doing the forward 3 low into Frost. I punished him for it almost every time, except for the few times he caught me because I wasn't used to it. So then his idea was like, okay, well now I'm going to do forward 2, or forward 3-2 into Frost. Caught me with it once, but then I caught on and he just kept doing it. If he was good, he would have went back to mixing, it up. But no, he didn't. He went into a pattern. Patterns are bad. You have to mix it up. If you watch any top level players, very, very rarely, unless they're playing against bad players, do you see them fall into a pattern. If they fall into a pattern, most of the time it's because the person they are facing, they realize are bad, and they realize it's going to keep working. But when you watch 2 high-level players face each other, very rarely are they in a pattern. You're not going to see, Sonic Fox spam, Johnny Cage's overhead over and over and over because he knows eventually Nicholas is going to upblock it and full combo punish it. So back to the whole point of this video: mix up your pressure, mix up your throws, mix up your stagger game, mix up your jumps, mix up your wake ups. If you do the same thing over and over, you're gonna lose. You might win some here and there, but it's gonna be a struggle. At higher levels, if you're playing Combat League, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of bad players in Demigod and stuff. They just make it to Demigod because they play a shit ton. But most people in Demigod and above, even Grandmaster and above, are going to catch on to your pattern. I faced the Shao Kahn last night also that kept doing. He was doing what I was showing you guys. So how I showed you that this has a gap. I did it twice, and he kept. I even mixed it up. I did this, and then I did this to try to mix it up. So he was trying to react to Motaro. He caught me with it once, or twice. He caught me with it twice. But then I realized he's going to try to do it every time. So then I would do this, and then block. He would do his unsafe armor, and I would full combo punish him. You have to mix it up. You have to adapt. You need to learn to read your opponent, and you need to try to make yourself unreadable, if that makes sense. Like, so many people online spam jump. No matter how many times you anti-air them, no matter how many times I catch them with air fireballs, they'll keep jumping and just waste their life away, and then they'll message me and be like, oh, you're a spammer. Like, dude, I'm doing this because you're jumping. You're nonstop jumping. You're calling me a spammer because I'm... This is also one of the best anti-airs in the game. So if someone's constantly jumping... And people will literally call me a spammer because I'm using that to anti-air them because they just won't stop jumping. Pro fighting game players call them unconditionables, which means conditioning is like getting someone to get used to, something like this. Getting someone used to 4-3-4 into Motaro. And trying to armor it. That's conditioning someone because you got them to condition into armoring it, so now you can punish their armor. People that just keep doing mistakes over and over are unconditionable. You can't condition them. You might as well not even try. Just let them spam jump, anti-air them. There's up block. There's anti-airs are pretty good in this game. I think almost everybody has really good anti-airs. Even Baraka, he has his uppercut, his down 2, which is amazing for anti-airs because it has so much range. It's probably the best down 2 in the game. So just let them spam, There's just some people that you're not going to condition. But it just makes me laugh that someone like that who's literally just spam jumping. Every time I knock him down, he just jumps. And so I anti-air him or I hit him with air fireballs and he's like, oh, spammer. Like, dude... It's so ridiculous. People online are just so stupid. But anyway, yeah, it just keep in mind that you have to try to mix up your pressure. Another thing, like I said with the smoke, they'll keep doing that over and over. No matter how many times I punish them. They'll just keep doing it. I have a friend in this same context. I keep telling him. He refuses to listen to me. I'll mix it up for you guys because you're probably bored seeing the same Liu Kang combo.
Looking good.
I was going to try to show you guys that I know they nerfed striker bombs, but they recently buffed his striker bombs in terms of you can now combo off of them in the air a little more consistently. Let me go. So this string. Ah. It's unsafe. That's the new buff striker bombs. But the thing is, I know people might say, watching this video, oh, they made him broken again. That was 2 bars. I had to use 2 bars for that. When there's people in this game like Lee May. Okay, to be fair, Lee May needs her damage because she kind of sucks. But Lee May is hitting 40% with 1 bar. Easy. Natara is hitting fucking 40-50% one or 2 bars easy. So, I mean, it's good, I guess, but the fact that they nerfed the cooldowns on striker bombs and you have to use like 2 bars to get that kind of damage isn't amazing. It's fine, you know, if you're just trying to have fun. Baraka Striker's still pretty good, but Baraka Kano is where it's at. But anyway, so my friend just constantly spams that string. We'll be in a King of the Hill, you know, for fun, playing against other players. And I see him just spamming this move, and I'm like, dude. You gotta stop doing that move. You have to stop. And he'll just keep doing it. And it's not just him. So many people online, they see that it has a lot of hits so they're thinking this is really good for pressure, but they don't they don't realize until they face someone who's good at the game that punishes it every time. And then they're like, oh, and then they're lost and they don't know what they do. They start doing random dive kicks and all this other stupid crap. But that just goes, you can't keep spamming the same thing over and over that's getting you killed. If you're just playing the game for fun, whatever, do whatever you want. But if this series is to help you get better at Mortal Kombat, if you're trying to get decent, good, you listen to these things. I'm not the best player in the world, but I'm pretty good. I've entered tournaments, I've taken rounds, I've even won matches against really, really good top level players. I took a match off of Splash. Granted, he beat me 3-1, but I was making it somewhat competitive. I'm not the best player. There's times where I struggle, where I'll fall into a pattern and stuff like that, but I know what I'm talking about. I watch a ton of Mortal Kombat. I've been playing Mortal Kombat tournaments. I've been playing Mortal Kombat since I was 6 years old. I've played Tekken, Street Fighter. I play fighting games. I'm not the best. I don't. If I put more time into it, I do think I could be really good. But I don't know. But I do know what I'm talking about. I watch a lot of tournaments. I play the game a shit ton. I lab a lot. I watch other people's, lab and stuff. I learn from pro players by watching them. So if you follow these videos, I promise you'll start to get better. 100%. I know a lot of people just want to get into practice mode, practice combos, and then jump online. If you really want to be good, that's not a good idea. Learning combos is good because you do want to punish people, for as much as you can. But a lot of the stuff that you guys are learning are started off of unsafe things. Like people see this Baraka launcher without realizing that the second hit is a high. You see right there it says high. You can just neutral duck it. You block the low, duck the high, full combo punish. But so many Baraka players will just keep spamming it. Because, that's his combo launcher. It's meterless. It launches you into the air for a combo. So they're like, oh, I'm just going to spam this till I catch you with it. But that goes to mixing. Let me show you another example. I know I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I don't know how I would do this. Yeah, I'm just going to turn it off. Anyway, so let's say someone's ducking the high. You mix it up by doing this low. This is a mid. It starts off as a mid. So if someone's ducking that, expecting the high, you hit him with this full combo launcher. So that's what I'm talking about by mixing it up. If someone's constantly ducking this, stop doing it. Do this. It's a mid. You'll hit them trying to neutral duck the second half of this. Stop spamming it. If you're getting punished every time, you can't get mad at the other person because they know how to play the game. You can't be like, oh, you're spamming, because you keep doing the same mistakes over and over. Mix it up. Mix up your pressure. Mix up your throws. Mix up your jumps and wake ups. Everything. Be unpredictable. If someone keeps anti-airing you for fucking 30%, you've gotten anti-aired twice, so you 60% of your life is gone. At some point, you got to realize you have to stop jumping, or mix up your jumps. Do an empty jump, make them up lock, and then throw them for 20%. Mix it up, because then they're going to be afraid. Oh, is he gonna, But and also, do not spam up block. Don't spam up block, because if you keep up blocking every time someone jumps, someone's going to read you do up blocking, and they're going to start throwing you. They're going to start hitting you with lows, and so then you'll eat more damage. Only up block if you know they're going to do it. I know that's easier said than done, but if you just up block every time they jump, they're eventually going to catch on, and you're going to start eating full combos and 20% throws because you eat extra damage for up blocking. But yeah, that's basically the base of this video, is to mix everything up. Be unpredictable. Don't fall into a pattern. Patterns are bad. Always remember that. Sorry for the squeaky chair, guys. I really need to get a new one. But yeah, this has been a 46-minute long video. I didn't think it was going to be that long. I've been rambling a little too much, but I'm still somewhat new to this. I'm just trying to help you guys get better. I have a whole series of this. If you follow all the videos, you'll start to get better. You will see improvement. I guarantee it. Watch pro players. Learn from pro players. Who cares? All the people saying, oh, because you follow combos online. If you watch my video about that, who cares what they say? No one cares that you came up with your own 20% combo when I can hit you for 40%. But yeah, just, mix up your pressure, guys. You have to mix it up. If you fall into a pattern, you're going to get punished. But that's it for today's video. I know I rambled for a little bit, but I hope you guys learned a lot from this. I tried to show you guys as much as I could think of how not to fall into a pattern. If you guys like this video, please let me know in the comments and give me a like and subscribe. I will see you all later.